Hey YouTube, it's the Red Pill or the Blue here today. Um, I'm coming home from work. I figured I'd do a video real quick about where we're at in terms of time. Um, I've been reading the past couple days. I've been reading a lot of articles of different situations going on right now in the world and in our own country. And I was just reading on break last night on work on lunch. Some man saw a a convoy of 30 UN, I guess you could call them MRAPs, I guess, that were fully loaded with personnel driving down the road in Texas. And that definitely brings up some questions and some concerns. But I mean, and not even only just that. There's other news articles, situations, things happening in the world that are cause for concern. And I'm not a fear monger. I'm not going to tell you the world's going to end on December 15th, this year. But I do think that it's important to read and get news and listen to it and think about it yourself and come up with your own conclusions and base your at least that's the way I do it. I base I mean, it's a fun exercise, I guess you could say, basing or estimating, the world's gonna end, in 2 weeks or something. To me, it's a little fun, good exercise, I think, and to think about what I could do in the next 2 weeks to be better prepared. But I will say that lately, the past 2 weeks, I've been seeing a lot of news articles and a lot of things happening that have kind of perked my ears up and have definitely made me think a little harder and pay attention a little more of what's going on. And honestly, I think that we are coming. Things are happening a lot quicker than a lot of people are anticipating that we're going to happen. I think that the timetable for things are shortening, and that if you are prepping, that to definitely at least in my opinion, to step it up, because you got to make your own decisions. And I feel, and I've stepped my prepping up as much as I can, as much as money allows. I've been working on my my food preps and my water preps, because my water is what I've been lacking in the most. And I do think that we're running very short on time. And that you should definitely step your prepping up, and if you aren't prepping, to really look into it. If you're on the fence, to really search and figure out if you want to get into that mindset and to do it as quickly as possible, especially with the border on the south. I don't know a lot of what's going on. I know that illegal aliens are coming over the border in droves, and they're bringing diseases that are that we don't have a cure for, which obviously that's not very good. And these UN troops, or maybe not UN troops, but UN personnel carriers are showing up in large numbers the last couple days. That's definitely cause for concern, and definitely something to look into and to pay attention to. very, very closely. And I'm not saying that that's going to be, something that triggers martial law, but it could be. I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying it isn't. Just like there can be flashpoints for a bunch of other things. But this UN and border situation we have is definitely something that needs to be watched very closely, and hopefully isn't the trigger for martial law. I mean, hopefully nothing ever will be, because nobody really wants to go through some kind of situation like that in SHTF, even though we prepare for it. At least in my opinion, no one that's been preparing for it wants to actually see it happen. And if they do, then they're living a fantasy, and they think it's going to go a lot differently than what it probably is going to happen, which is cause for another video. But anyway, if you like, subscribe, share, but don't forget, without sacrifice there could be no victory.